Welcome to Road Ready Recaps. Are you looking for a concise and full overview of New Jersey Driver Manual 2024? You are at the right place. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The New Jersey Driver License System. Welcome to Chapter 1. This unit explains who must be licensed, the proofs you'll need, and how New Jersey's DDL stages keep new drivers and everyone else safer on the road. Use these highlights as a quick study guide before diving into the full manual. Laws governing driver licenses. Every motorist must carry a valid New Jersey license or permit along with registration and insurance cards when driving. Address changes must be reported to the MVC within 1 week and legal name changes within 2 weeks. New residents with an out-of-state license have 60 days, 30 for CDL, to transfer to a New Jersey credential. Digital driver license. Since 2021, the MVC issues centrally produced digital driver licenses with more than 20 overt and covert security features. Vertical format cards are released to motorists under age 21 to help retailers and police spot underage drivers. Altering or obtaining a license illegally can lead to fines up to $1,000 and jail time. Types of New Jersey licenses. Class D basic and probationary licenses cover most passenger vehicles. Class M is for motorcycles. Commercial drivers need a CDL, classes A, B, or C, and must first hold a basic Class D license. Special credentials exist for mopeds, agricultural equipment, and boats operated on non-tidal waters. Identity verification. Standard licenses require 1 primary, 1 secondary document, 6 total ID points, and 1 proof of NJ address. Real ID cards follow a 2+1+6 formula, 2 proofs of address, full SSN proof, and 6 ID points, including lawful status evidence. All documents must be original or certified and in English or accompanied by an approved translation. Graduated Driver License, GDL. GDL introduces privileges in phases. An unrestricted basic license is available no sooner than age 18. Permit and probationary drivers under 21 must display red decals, follow passenger limits, and obey a 11:01 PF5, 00 M curfew. Violating any GDL restriction can mean a $100 fine or license suspension. Special Learner Permits, NJ residents. Eligible at 16 years when enrolled in an approved behind-the-wheel course and with parent consent. An MVC-approved instructor purchases the permit. 6 hours of dual-controlled training are mandatory. Permit must be validated at MVC before any practice driving begins. Examination Permits, NJ residents. Available at 17 years plus, no instructor required. Applicants pass knowledge and vision tests and pay the fee. 6 months of supervised practice, 3 if 21 plus, precede the road test for a probationary license. Examination permits are valid for 2 years once issued. Examination permits, out-of-state drivers. New residents must buy an examination permit within 60 days of moving or before their current license expires. Valid non-probationary out-of-state license holders may waive knowledge and road tests with proper proof. Out-of-state drivers under 18 receive a probationary NJ license for 1 year and must follow GDL rules. Examination permits, out-of-country drivers. Foreign license holders may drive an NJ up to 1 year. They must still pass knowledge and vision tests to obtain an NJ license. Road test may also be required depending on clerk evaluation of documents and driving record. International Driving Permit, IDP. Visitors should carry an IDP or certified English translation alongside their national license. NJ motorists traveling abroad may obtain an IDP through AAA or ATA. The IDP is supplemental and never replaces a valid driver license. Non-driver ID. Individuals 14 years plus without a license can obtain a standard or real ID card after 6-point verification. Non-driver IDs must be surrendered if the holder later receives a New Jersey driver license. Organ donation. Applicants 14 plus may join the statewide Donate Life Registry. A heart logo appears on the credential at 18. One donor can save up to 8 lives and enhance dozens more through tissue donation. Next of Kin Registry, Sarah's Law. Allows drivers and ID holders, 14 plus, to list emergency contacts online for law enforcement use after a crash. Information is non-public and accessed only to notify loved ones when the driver cannot communicate. Motor Voter. MVC offices provide voter registration during license or ID transactions as mandated by the National Voter Registration Act. Address changes submitted to MVC can simultaneously update the voter record. Hearing impaired designation. Deaf or hard of hearing motorists, 41 dB plus loss, may obtain a coded license after physician or audiologist verification. The numerical code alerts police to communicate appropriately during traffic stops. Commercial Driver License, CDL. Classes A, B, and C cover tractor-trailers, buses, and placarded hazmat vehicles. Applicants must already hold a Class D license. Endorsements such as P for passengers or H for hazardous materials require extra knowledge and, in some cases, road tests every 2 years. Farmers, firefighters, and recreational vehicle operators are generally exempt from CDL requirements within specific limits. Chapter 1 Summary. New Jersey's license system pairs tight security with clear, staged pathways for new drivers. Master the ID points, GDL rules, and permit options now, so your next MVC visit is quick and paperwork-proof. Chapter 2. New Jersey Driver Testing. Vision, knowledge, road, pass each exam, and the basic license is yours. This chapter spells out paperwork, pledges, and performance checks, so there are no surprises on test day. Use these slides to convert the manual's fine print into a concise test prep roadmap. Requirements for a basic driver license. Bring original documents that satisfy 6-point ID verification, plus 1 proof of New Jersey address. Pass a vision screening, minimum 20/50ths in at least one eye, with or without corrective lenses. Score 80% or better, 40/50, on the knowledge test, offered in ASL and 13 foreign languages. Inform the examiner of any health conditions. A medical review may be required for CDL applicants. Safety Pledge to Nickel. A 2016 state law asks applicants to affirm 4 safe driving promises before testing. Stop completely at red lights and stop signs, no rolling starts. Stay alert, hands on wheel, eyes on road, vanish distractions. Talk safe, hands-free calls only, no texting unless safely parked. Plan ahead, leave 5 extra minutes to avoid speeding or risky maneuvers. Voter registration. Eligible motorists can start or update voter registration during any license or ID transaction. MVC forwards information to the Division of Elections. Deadline is 21 days before an election. Address changes done online with MVC can simultaneously update your voter record. Just click Yes. Road Test Overview. GDL permit holders less than 21 years need 6 months of supervised practice. 21 plus need 3 months before scheduling. Appointments are made online or at licensing centers. Walk-ins are not accepted. No practice driving on the test course is allowed. Arrive only at your appointment time. Road Test Checklist. Validated permit and 6-point ID documents, no photocopies, no lamination. Vehicle with valid inspection, registration, and insurance card, or no inspection sticker required card. 2 red GDL decals properly affixed if undergraduated driver license. Unobstructed access to foot or parking brake for the examiner, no self-parking or autocycles. Accompanying driver requirements. A licensed driver must remain in the car at all times, even while in the test line. If the supervising driver is licensed outside NJ or has less than 3 years experience, they must drive to the test area. MVC does not supply vehicles, only the examiner may ride along during the test. Elements of the road test. Examiners rate basic skills: starting, steering, stopping smoothly, using mirrors and the horn. Specific maneuvers include parallel parking, K-turn, turning around, reversing in a straight line, and proper lane use. Applicants with a manual transmission must demonstrate safe gear shifting. Reasons for rejection. Vehicle issues expired inspection sticker, brake warning light, unsafe tires, or missing seatbelts. Cancel the test immediately. Lack of examiner access to brake controls or tinted front windows also causes rejection. For motorcycles, no helmet, improper goggles, or missing horn audible at 100 foot will fail pre-check. Chapter 2 Summary. Bring the right papers, the right car, and the right mindset. When equipment, documents, and practice all line up, your road test is just a formality on the way to a New Jersey license. Chapter 3. Driver Responsibility. Points, surcharges, and suspensions, not just paperwork, but real costs. This chapter details how New Jersey tracks violations and what it takes to clean a record or lose driving privileges. Study these highlights to keep your license and your finances in good standing. The point system. MVC assigns 2 to 8 points for moving violations. 12 points in any 24-month period triggers mandatory suspension. Speeding 1529 mph over equals 4 points. Improper passing in no passing zone equals 4 points. Reckless driving equals 5 points. Points stay on the record, but begin to fade. MVC subtracts 3 points for each 12 consecutive months of violation-free driving. Point reduction and improvement courses. One time every 5 years a driver may complete a state-approved defensive driver course to remove 2 points. Probationary drivers within first 2 years licensure who accumulate 2 violations totaling 4 points must complete a NJ probationary driver program. Cost $150. Completion prevents suspension and results in a 3-point credit. Any violation during the following 12 months results in suspension. Surcharges and additional fees. 6 or more points within 3 years equals $150 surcharge plus $25 for each additional point, assessed annually for 3 years. Unsafe driver law adds a $50.200 surcharge even when no points are assessed for first and second convictions. Failure to pay surcharges leads to license suspension and referral to collections. Suspension and revocation triggers. Driving while suspended, DUI, or refusing a breath test all mandate court-ordered suspensions with added MVC penalties. Underage drinking, BAC 0.01.08%, results in 30 to 90 day suspension and 15 to 30 days community service. Accumulating 12 to 14 points within 24 months results in a notice of scheduled suspension. Drivers may attend a hearing, surrender license, or enter a driver improvement program. DUI penalties and ignition interlock. First offense, BAC 0.08.10%, $250 $400 fine, up to 30 days in jail, 3-month interlock, and IDRC fee. BAC 0.10.15%, 712-month interlock, increased fines, and 30 to 90 day suspension. Second offense within 10 years doubles fines and jail time, mandates 1 to 2 year suspension and interlock during and after suspension. Breath test refusal and IDRC. Implied consent law, refusing breath test equals $300 $500 surcharge per year for 3 years and interlock equivalent to DUI back 0.1%. All DUI or refusal offenders must attend 6-hour classes at an intoxicated driver resource center, IDRC. Failure to comply with IDRC or surcharge payments results in indefinite suspension until obligations met. Driving with suspended or no insurance. Driving while suspended, $500 fine and up to 6 months additional suspension. Second offense adds jail up to 5 days. Operating uninsured vehicle, $300 $1,000 fine, community service, and 1 year mandatory suspension, subject to MVC hearing. Insurance fraud, including using counterfeit cards, can lead to fines up to $5,000 and possible imprisonment. Mature and high-risk driver reviews. MVC may require a re-examination for drivers involved in fatal crashes or showing evidence of physical/mental impairment. Medical advisory panel reviews physician reports. Restrictions, periodic retesting, or revocation can follow. Senior drivers may voluntarily surrender their license for a non-driver ID without fee. Restoration and probation periods. After suspension, drivers pay a $100 restoration fee and receive a probation of 1 year. Any violation during this year equals scheduled suspension. Points remain. Successful completion of a driver improvement program removes 3 points, but any new violation within 1 year reinstates suspension. Keep proof of insurance and surcharge receipts. MVC will not restore privileges without full compliance. Chapter 3 Summary. Drive within the law, keep points low, pay fees promptly, and take improvement courses when needed. Responsibility behind the wheel protects your license, wallet, and life. Chapter 4. Safe driving rules and regulations. Speed limits, space cushions, signaling. Following these rules prevents crashes and tickets alike. This chapter bundles New Jersey's everyday driving laws into quick reference slides you can narrate word for word. Master them now, so every mile feels routine, no matter the traffic or weather. Speed control. 25 miles per hour in school zones, business or residential districts unless otherwise posted. 35 miles per hour on suburban business and residential roads, 50 miles per hour on most state highways and interstates posted for that speed. Never drive faster than weather, road, or traffic conditions allow. Even below the limit you can be cited for unsafe speed. Keeping a safe distance. Use the 3-second plus rule to follow. Choose a fixed point. If you pass it in under 3 seconds after the car ahead, you're too close. Increase to 4 or more seconds on wet roads, gravel, snow, or behind large trucks that block your view. Rear-end collisions are the most common crash. Space buys time to brake or steer. Passing and lane changes. Pass on the left only when the center line is dashed and no oncoming traffic is near. It is illegal to pass on the right shoulder. Multi-lane roads allow right lane passing when traffic moves in the same direction. Always signal lane changes at least 100 feet in advance and cancel after returning to lane. Yielding right-of-way. Yield to emergency vehicles with lights/siren, steer to the extreme right, and stop until they pass. Pedestrians in crosswalks, trains, postal vehicles, buses re-entering traffic, and motorized or mobility assistance devices have priority. Failure to yield carries a $500 fine, up to 25 days jail, and 2 points if pedestrian is injured. Intersections, turns, and circles. At uncontrolled intersections, vehicle on the left yields to vehicle on the right. When two vehicles enter a four-way stop simultaneously, yield to the driver on your right. Signal at least 100 feet before turns. In traffic circles, follow posted flow if signs present, otherwise vehicles to the left yield. Stop and go railroad, school buses, and frozen desserts. Stop 15 feet before railroad crossings when lights flash or gates lower. Some buses and hazmat trucks always stop. Stop 25 feet from a school bus with flashing red lights on two-lane or undivided roads. On divided highways, slow to 10 miles per hour in the opposite lane. Yield to ice cream trucks at 15 miles per hour. Watch for children, then proceed with caution. Headlights and visibility. Use headlights between 1/2 hour after sunset and 1/2 hour before sunrise and whenever visibility is less than 500 feet. Low beams in fog, snow, or heavy rain. High beams only on open country roads without oncoming traffic. Parking lights alone are for stopped vehicles. Never drive with only parking lights. Cell phones and distractions. Handheld phone use is a primary offense. $200 $400 fine first offense. Hands-free only. Texting while driving increases crash risk 23-fold. Read and send messages only when parked. GTL drivers may not use any electronic devices, even hands-free, while driving. Road rage and aggressive driving. Tailgating, cutting off cars, and speeding in heavy traffic are signs of aggressive driving. Penalties include fines, jail, and points. If confronted, stay calm, keep doors locked, and do not make eye contact. Drive to a police station if followed. Report aggressive drivers to number 77 when safe with location, plate, and vehicle description. Littering and vehicle control. Throwing trash from a vehicle can cost up to $1,000. If litter is flaming, driver may lose license. Keep the interior clear. Loose bottles can roll under pedals and block braking. Secure loads in pickups. Debris falling on the roadway causes crashes and fines. Chapter 4 Summary. Space, speed, signals respect these three and most violations disappear. Follow New Jersey's safe driving rules and each trip remains uneventful, lawful, and low stress. Chapter 5. Defensive driving. Defensive drivers expect the unexpected space, visibility, and time turn surprises into simple maneuvers. These slides refine New Jersey's strategies so you can predict hazards and avoid them instinctively. Study and narrate them until the tactics feel automatic every time you turn the key. Defensive driving mindset. Stay alert, keep your eyes moving, and be prepared to react to mistakes by others, not just your own actions. Always have an out, a safe escape path in case the lane ahead closes suddenly. Patience beats aggression. Reaching your destination a minute late is cheaper than a ticket or crash. Preventing collisions. The formula. Be alert. Scan 12 to 15 seconds ahead. Check mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds and watch the road edges for hazards. Be prepared. Foot covering brake in packed traffic. Hands positioned at 9 and 3 for quick steering. ACT in time. Brake early, steer smoothly. Delayed decisions create last-second swerves that cause wrecks. Following distance and space cushions. Use the 3-second plus rule at 35 miles per hour. Add a second for each additional 10 miles per hour. Double the gap on wet or gravel roads and behind trucks or motorcycles that stop quicker or block sightlines. When tailgate, increase your own following distance to open a buffer and change lanes when safe. Communicating and being seen. Signal at least 100 feet before turns or lane changes. Tap brakes to warn of hard stops. Use headlights not only at night, but whenever wipers are on. Daytime running lights do not activate rear lamps. Avoid driving in other vehicles' blind spots. Spend minimal time beside another car or truck. Adjusting to road and weather conditions. Slow before entering curves. Traction decreases as the steering angle increases. In rain, reduce speed by 1/3 to prevent hydroplaning. At first drizzle, oil rises making roads slick. On snow or ice, accelerate and brake gently, use lower gears on downgrades to avoid overheating brakes. Distractions and drowsiness. Hands-free only handling a phone is a primary offense. Program GPS and music before shifting to drive. Take a break every 2 hours. Highway hypnosis causes the gaze to fixate and mind to wander. If eyelids droop or lane position wavers, pull into a safe area, walk, or swap drivers. City and highway driving strategies. In city traffic, cover the brake, beware of doors opening, and anticipate light changes early. On highways, maintain steady speed, signal for at least 500 feet on exits, and accelerate to merge speed in the ramp. Avoid lingering in the left lane, keep right except to pass. This reduces speed variance and road rage. Night and low visibility driving. Use high beams on rural roads when no oncoming traffic. Switch to low beams within 500 feet of vehicles. Look to the right edge line to avoid glare from oncoming headlights. Keep instrument panel dim and windshield inside surfaces clean to reduce reflections. Skids, emergencies, and road hazards. If rear skids, steer into the direction the back of the car is sliding and ease off the gas. Avoid braking. Brake failure, pump pedal, downshift to lower gear, use parking brake gradually. Steer around debris when possible. If unavoidable, straddle small objects to prevent tire or undercarriage damage. Chapter 5 Summary. Alert eyes, generous space, smooth actions, defensive driving boils down to simple habits. Practice them until reflexive and risky encounters become routine footnotes in a long, safe driving career. Chapter 6. Drinking, Drugs, and Health. This chapter shows exactly how alcohol and other drugs sabotage safe driving and how to stay in control. Study these principles now so your future trips don't end because of one bad decision. Effects of alcohol. Even one drink slows reaction time, blurs vision, and ruins distance judgment. After 2, for drinks coordination and balance drop sharply, turning simple maneuvers into hazards. Alcohol's only cure is time. Quick fix myths like coffee or cold showers do nothing. Mixing alcohol with anger fuels reckless, aggressive driving responsible for many fatal crashes. Bottom line, every sip raises crash risk, so never assume you're okay to drive. How much is too much? Blood alcohol concentration, BAC, rises with drink quantity, body weight, drinking speed, and empty stomachs. In New Jersey, driving at 0.08% BAC or higher is illegal, and under 2-1 drivers face penalties at 0.01%. Crash risk doubles at just 0.05% BAC, is 6 times higher at 0.1%, and 25 times higher at 0.15%. The safest choice is simple. If you've been drinking, don't drive. Plan a ride instead. Drinking and driving. Officers spot impaired drivers by speeding, weaving within a lane, or creeping far below traffic speed. Erratic jerking or sudden stops at signs/lights are classic clues of slowed judgment. Alcohol tricks drivers into feeling skilled while their abilities are actually fading. Good hosts and the drinking driver. Offer plenty of alcohol-free drinks and hearty snacks when you entertain. Cut off alcohol service well before the gathering ends and arrange safe rides for guests who overindulge. Letting an impaired guest drive can leave hosts legally liable for any resulting crash. Designated drivers. New Jersey's HERO campaign promotes choosing a sober driver every time alcohol is served. A designated driver accepts full responsibility for passengers' safe trip home. No alcohol, no excuses. Choosing one shows maturity and protects everyone sharing the road. Drugs and driving. Driving under the influence of any drug, prescription, over-the-counter, or illegal, is against state law. Cold pills, tranquilizers, some pain and sleep medications can cause drowsiness or blurred focus. Never mix alcohol with medicines. Combined effects multiply impairment. Can cause drowsiness or blurred focus. Marijuana harms lane tracking, distance judgment, vigilance, and divided attention, vital driving skills. Healthy driving. Even minor ailments, stiff neck, cough, fatigue, reduced control. Stay off the road if you feel unwell. Sharp vision is vital. Test your eyes every 1-2 years, annually after age 40. Strong side vision and depth perception prevent lane drift and misjudged gaps. Hearing warns of horns, sirens, screeching tires, keep radios low and skip earbuds. Chapter 6 Summary. Alcohol, drugs, fatigue, or poor health all hijack the skills safe driving demands. Know the limits, then choose sober drivers, smart hosts, and healthy habits so every ride ends safely. Chapter 7. Driver privilege and penalties. This section explains how driving is a legal privilege and the consequences of violating laws. It covers suspensions, DUIs, point systems, fines, and interlock requirements. The driving privilege. Driving is a privilege in New Jersey that can be suspended for many reasons. Causes for suspension include traffic violations, DUIs, drug use, or failing to appear in court. Habitual offenders are those with 3 license suspensions in 3 years. The MVC Chief Administrator may request a re-examination for any problem driver. Driving under the influence. Drivers with BAC of 0.08% plus may be convicted of DUI, under 21 at 0.01% plus. Penalties include fines, imprisonment, license suspension, and education programs. Underage drivers also face license delays and community service. Multiple DUI convictions lead to harsher penalties and longer suspensions. Breath test and interlock device. Refusing a breath test results in automatic license penalties and surcharges. An ignition interlock prevents driving if BAC exceeds 0.05%. Duration depends on offense count and BAC levels. Voluntary early installation may reduce fines or penalties. Intoxicated Driver Resource Center, IDRC. All DUI offenders must attend an IDRC program for alcohol education and evaluation. Treatment referrals may follow based on evaluation results. Successful completion is required to regain license. Motor vehicle violations. Violations include reckless driving, unsafe driving, abandoning vehicles, and open alcohol. Penalties range from fines to imprisonment and license suspension. Special laws exist for highway zones, snow hazards, and school zones. Fraud, hit and run, and driving while suspended are heavily penalized. Point system and driver programs. Points are assigned for violations. Accumulation may lead to suspension. Defensive driving courses and probationary programs can remove points. The MVC can require re-education for drivers who accumulate points. Interstate compacts allow violations from other states to count in New Jersey. Chapter 7 Summary. Understanding driver responsibilities helps avoid fines, suspensions, and legal action. Next, we'll explore rules about safely sharing the road with others. Chapter 8. Sharing the road with others. Roads belong to everyone: pedestrians, cyclists, buses, even horseback riders. This chapter shows how New Jersey drivers adjust speed, space, and courtesy so every user gets home safely. Master these habits now. They prevent tickets, collisions, and tragedies that mixed traffic can trigger. Pedestrians. Stop entirely, no rolling when pedestrians occupy any part of a crosswalk. Yield at unmarked crosswalks too. Every intersection has one unless signs say otherwise. Failing to yield can cost $500, 2 points, and up to 25 days in jail if injury results. Bicyclists, skaters, and skateboarders. Bicycles may use the full lane when it is too narrow to share. Do not horn honk or squeeze past. Leave at least 4 feet when passing. Change lanes if traffic is heavy. Check mirrors and blind spot before turning right. Riders often filter along the curb. Motorcycles and mopeds. Keep a 4-second gap. Bikes can stop faster and may downshift without brake lights. Look twice for motorcycles. They hide behind pillars and parked cars. Never share a lane with a motorcycle. Treat it as a full-size vehicle. Large trucks and buses. Avoid the 4-no zones front, rear, and both sides where the driver can't see you. When passing, hold speed and don't merge back until you see the truck's full grille in your mirror. Give buses space to re-enter from stops. Their size and passengers demand courtesy. Horse-drawn and animal crossings. Approach at idle speed. Loud engines or horns can spook animals and cause crashes. Pass only when opposing lane is clear, leaving wide room and avoiding abrupt acceleration. Yield to loose livestock on rural roads. Farmers may wave you through when safe. School and transit buses. On 2-lane roads, traffic both ways must stop 25 feet from a school bus flashing red lights. On divided highways, only cars behind the bus stop. Opposing lanes slow to 10 miles per hour. Remain stopped until lights stop flashing and the stop arm folds away. Emergency and service vehicles. New Jersey move over law. Change lanes or slow to 10 miles per hour below limit for stopped police, fire, tow, or utility vehicles with flashing lights. For approaching vehicles using lights/siren, steer right and stop until they pass. Keep 300 foot behind any responding emergency vehicle. Slow-moving and farm equipment. Orange triangle marks vehicles limited to 25 miles per hour. Approach patiently. Pass only when safe. Expect sudden left turns into field drives. Wide combines may straddle the centerline, yield extra room when meeting. Snowplows and roadwork crews. Stay at least 200 foot behind working plows. Salt and snow reduce visibility. Never pass a plow on the right. Wing blades extend. Obey flaggers and temporary signs. Fines double in work zones. Chapter 8 Summary. Patience plus space equals safety. Share the road respectfully and mixed traffic becomes predictable, smooth, and crash-free. Chapter 9. Vehicle information. Titles, tags, insurance, and inspection. This chapter keeps your car legal and safe. Learn the paperwork and maintenance basics so bureaucracy never parks your plans. Vehicle registration. Register a new vehicle within 60 days of moving to New Jersey or before your out-of-state registration expires. Annual registration renewal can be completed online, by mail, or at any MVC office. Late fees apply after expiration. Carry the registration card in the vehicle at all times, present to law enforcement on request. License plates and tags. Standard plates issued in pairs must be mounted front and rear, visible and at least 12 inches off the ground. Lost or stolen plates must be reported to police. Surrender any found duplicates to MVC. Use a plate frame that does not cover state name, registration stickers, or identifying numbers. Violations carry fines. Vehicle title and transfer. New Jersey requires a paper title to prove ownership. Keep it in a safe place, not the vehicle. When selling a car, complete the back of the title and visit MVC within 10 days to transfer ownership. Buying from a dealer? They usually handle title transfer and sales tax electronically. Insurance requirements. All vehicles must carry liability coverage of at least $15K/$30K/$5K. Most drivers choose higher limits for protection. Insurance ID card or digital proof must be shown at traffic stops, crashes, or inspection. Driving uninsured results in license suspension, fines up to $1,000, and community service. Inspection and emissions. Gasoline vehicles newer than 1995 and less than 8,500 pounds require inspection every 2 years. New vehicles are exempt for 5 years. Bring the titled owner, insurance card, and registration to inspection. Failed inspection must be repaired and re-inspected within 1 month to avoid penalties. Equipment standards. Brakes must stop a passenger car within 25 feet from 20 miles per hour on dry pavement. Tires with less than 1/16 inch tread depth are unsafe and will fail inspection. Windshield tinting is limited to manufacturer's AS1 line. No mirrored or red tint allowed on any window. Vehicle defects and recalls. Dashboard warning lights, ABS, airbag, check engine, mean service soon. Ignoring them risks bigger repair bills. Check NHTSA Gov recalls by VIN. Dealers repair safety recalls free of charge. Maintain a regular service log. Documented care raises resale value and warranty compliance. Maintaining your vehicle. Follow the owner's manual schedule. Oil, coolant, brake fluid, and filters keep engines running clean. Keep lights, signals, wipers, and horn functional. You can be ticketed for defects found in traffic stops. Clean headlights, adjust mirrors, and store loose cargo securely before every long trip. Reporting lost or stolen plates. File a police report immediately. Bring the case number to MVC for free replacement within 24 hours. If only one plate is lost, surrender the remaining plate when requesting a new pair. Tampering with or covering plate numbers is a criminal offense. Report damaged plates for replacement. Chapter 9 Summary. Paperwork current, equipment sound. Tend to both and your vehicle will stay legal, reliable, and resale ready. Chapter 10 Motorcycle Manual. This section introduces motorcycle laws and riding guidelines in New Jersey. Read carefully if you're planning to operate a motorcycle or scooter in the state. Motorcycle licensing and equipment. All motorcycle operators must have a motorcycle license or endorsement in New Jersey. Motorcycles must be registered, insured, and inspected annually before legal operation. Riders must wear a helmet that meets DOT standards and eye protection unless equipped with a windshield. Motorcycles must have working headlights, taillights, turn signals, and mirrors on both sides. Passengers must have footrests and be seated behind the operator on a permanent seat. Safe operation and defensive riding. Motorcyclists must be visible, use headlights day or night, and wear reflective gear. Maintain a safe following distance and avoid riding in vehicle blind spots. Use both brakes evenly for smooth stops and avoid sudden braking on curves. Be extra cautious at intersections where most crashes occur. Always use turn signals and hand signals when appropriate. Riding conditions and techniques. In wet or slippery conditions, reduce speed and avoid abrupt maneuvers. Avoid metal surfaces such as manhole covers and painted lines when wet. Group riders should ride in a staggered formation for visibility and space. Always perform a pre-ride inspection of tires, brakes, lights, and controls. Adjust speed for curves, hills, and traffic flow to maintain control. Chapter 10 Summary. Riding a motorcycle demands focus, skill, and awareness of road laws. Next, you'll learn about driver safety responsibilities and vehicle maintenance essentials. Chapter 11. Driver Safety. This chapter focuses on identifying roadway signs, signals, and pavement markings. Understanding these safety tools is essential for responsible driving in New Jersey. Traffic Signs Overview. Traffic signs use shape, color, and symbols to deliver vital driving instructions. Regulatory signs provide information about laws and regulations you must obey. Warning signs alert drivers to upcoming hazards or changes in road conditions. Guide signs provide directions, distances, and information about services. Regulatory signs. Stop signs indicate where drivers must come to a complete halt before proceeding. Yield signs mean give the right-of-way to traffic without stopping unless necessary. Speed limit signs show the maximum or minimum legal speed for that stretch of road. Do not enter and no U-turn signs help prevent dangerous or illegal maneuvers. Warning signs. Yellow diamond-shaped signs indicate potential hazards ahead. Common warnings include curves, intersections, animal crossings, and school zones. Advisory speed plaques show safe speeds for turns or curves. Fluorescent yellow-green signs are used in school zones and pedestrian crossings. Work zone signs. Orange signs and cones mark construction or maintenance zones. Drivers must reduce speed and obey flaggers and posted signs. Fines are doubled in construction zones for traffic violations. Watch for sudden stops, uneven lanes, and workers or equipment on the road. Guide and service signs. Green signs offer directions, exit information, and distances to locations. Blue signs identify services like food, gas, lodging, and hospitals. Brown signs point to recreational or historical locations and parks. Route signs indicate federal, state, and county highway numbers and directions. Traffic signals. Red means stop, yellow means prepare to stop, and green means go when clear. Flashing red requires a full stop. Flashing yellow means proceed with caution. Arrows control turning lanes and may differ from circular lights in timing. Signals over lanes show allowed and prohibited movements for that lane. Pavement markings. White lines separate traffic in the same direction. Yellow separates opposite flow. Solid lines prohibit crossing. Dashed lines allow lane changes or passing. Stop lines, crosswalks, and arrows guide vehicle position and movements. Symbols on pavement reinforce traffic regulations like school zones or bike lanes. Chapter 11 Summary. Recognizing signs, signals, and markings is key to avoiding crashes and ensuring smooth traffic flow. Next, explore where to find MVC offices and how to access New Jersey driver services.